What is up, Cancer? Welcome to your general timeless reading. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. My name is Jordyn. I'm a Master Reiki practitioner, tarot reader. I'm interested in shamanism and a lot of other things. So check out my website for personal bookings. Check out Patreon for a free 10-minute reading. And let's begin. Cancer. Cancer, when they show me a split down the face, and one eye being black and another eye being another color, it tells me that you're going through the lesson of yin and yang. This is like the feminine, the masculine, your duality. I heard take notice of circumstances. There's going to be a lot of mirroring at this time for you. You're going to start to see, yeah, it immediately makes me want to turn this way. This would be my right side, so this would be the masculine. I feel like you're going to see a lot of mirroring with maybe masculine energy in your life. That does not mean man. Masculine does not equal man. It does not equal gender. It is energy, right? So I'm actually naturally a very feminine energy, but I sit in a lot of masculine a lot of the time because all I do is work. So be mindful of that. We all have masculine, feminine. Cancer. I heard take notice of change. I feel like you're very observant at this time, which I really like for you. Wheel of Fortune. So we have change popping up as your very first card. Okay. Very fitting. Take notice of change. I feel like it's in reverse because there's something you're not recognizing about it. This change is going to be internal. It's not external to you. This is going to be something internally. You might be called right now to really spend some time alone. That might be difficult or different for you or unfamiliar for you, and that's okay. This is internalized. This is not about it being delayed or anything like that. Okay. This change is very internal. Yep. Two of Swords in reverse and the Hierophant in reverse. There's commitments you have with yourself. This could be habits. It could be routine. It could be something that you really want to build, that you are needing to open your heart and realize, okay, it's time for me. Some of you are going through the lesson of accepting your bliss, that things don't have to be difficult. So this is the belief, right? So this internal change could be that you have a limiting belief that in order to feel happy or successful, things need to be difficult or trying. They don't need to be. This is about following your bliss, right? Following your bliss. I just keep hearing that. Following your bliss. If you're with me on Patreon, you know when I have a habit of repeating things, it's because that's like the main message for your reading. So sorry, it's just like the Devil. Very fitting. Capricorn energy, your polarity, and then the Chariot, Cancer energy. So I check out the Capricorn reading. That is your descendant if you are a Cancer rising sign, okay? Because you have your ascendant and your descendant. The descendant rules your ego. It also rules the parts of you that you may not see or you recognize in other people as very irritating, but you actually have those traits in you in a different form, right? Okay. The Devil in the Chariot. There is a fear about moving in the direction that you want to move in because there's a fear of not obtaining your bliss, not having your bliss. This is an attachment. This is a limiting belief. This is not true. So you're going through a lot of realizations about what it is that is part of your authenticity and what it is that is part of the ego, right? The ego rules fear, insecurity, attachment. Okay. The Sun in reverse. King of Wands. Don't shy away from success. In success, we're not just talking about material, financial. This is about, I feel like this is success as you as an individual. There's a part of you that's about to emerge. This King of Wands, I feel like this is what's suppressed is this King of Wands energy. It's almost like there's a part of you that is very courageous, that is very bold, that is very like, I could do it. I have the courage, I have the capability, and it's very confident. The King of Wands is a very confident and very creative energy. I feel very much so you're about to embody this moving forward, but this change is internal. I'm shocked the Hermit hasn't come out. Yeah, Seven of Wands to me is about protecting one's energy. When I say protecting your energy, this doesn't mean that you have to be like, everybody leave me alone. It could quite literally 444 when I looked at the timer, which is all about stability, foundations, right? Stability and the foundation of the physical, emotional, spiritual body as well. Okay, so just be mindful. Seven of Wands is not about pushing everybody away, but is also being mindful that if you're talking to somebody and something does trigger you, saying, okay, well, I can choose not to attach to this. I am protecting my energy. I'm protecting my peace and my bliss by saying, okay, this is how they feel. This is them expressing themselves. And it's practicing that. That is a practice. It is not going to happen overnight. So don't hold yourself to the critical expectation that it will. It is a practice because you are reprogramming your attachment to communication and perception. Okay? Okay. And how you conduct it as of now. Let's start with the Seven of Wands. I heard turning, what was it? Sorry, give me 2 seconds. They say a lot of things sometimes. Turning chaos, thank you. Turning chaos. Turning chaos, turning winds to me, kind of is like a tornado, like the tornado warning card, an energy oracle. I got that in a previous reading for one of the other signs I did. It might have been Capricorn, actually. This to me is about change. Tornado warning is about unexpected change. For you, this feels very energetic. This feels like there might be a really sudden urge to really purge things. You might even want to take up kickboxing or a form of exercise that allows you to get a lot of energy out, a lot of your aggression out. I feel like this is pent up energy that needs to be purged. And the Seven of Cups, this is what's leading to a lot of, you have 2 sevens. Sevens are about divinity. You're going through a really big internal shift right now. This protecting your energy with the Seven of Cups also tells me that journeying, doing meditation right now would be really helpful for you. Yeah, Ace of Cups. This is all about you filling your cup, okay? I don't even like saying that to you because it feels very like surface level. There's something much deeper going on here. You're going through the cycles of understanding the depths of yourself. We do have the full moon in Cancer Friday, January 6th at 6:08 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Regardless of where this is in your chart, check out where that hits for you and try to recognize the depths, the shadow of yourself, which is why maybe watching the Capricorn reading, which would be your descendant for your Cancer rising, would be helpful for you because that represents the shadow, the descendant, or aspects of it, I should say. This Ace of Cups in reverse tells me that there's a part of you that is dormant, that is something that you daydream about. So if you daydream about doing something, are you taking the action? Are you taking the practical steps towards cultivating that version of yourself, right? If it's gonna need a change of reality or a change of personality, what is the energy you need to embody to cultivate that new beginning, right? Is it more grace? Is it more peace? Is it more gratitude? Is it more joy, more bliss, more positive mindset? Ask yourself, what energy do I need to cultivate to become the individual I want to become? Okay. With the Wheel of Fortune reverse and Justice in reverse, this change is happening because you're closing out a karmic cycle. You're closing out a lot of lessons that you've learned over the last 4 to 6 years, okay? Probably 4 to 8 years, honestly. With Justice in reverse and the Wheel of Fortune, these lessons have to do with your relationships. They do have to do with your wanting control when things get shaken up or changed, wanting to maybe run from change as well. Let's look at the Two of Swords. Queen of Cups. Oh, I like this. This is very loving. It's very supportive energy. And the Star in reverse. This hits my solar plexus really hard, really quick as soon as the star came. Okay, this is your nature to want to give, to want to love, to want to support other people. It's time for you to open your heart and allow yourself to receive that support in turn. You don't have to be all things to all people. And that's where this control of change and wanting to run from change. Well, if I just love the change so hard, maybe it's going to happen the way that I want it to happen. Whereas your opposite Capricorn is like, I'm going to push it forward in the direction I want it to go, right? It's learning to flow with it. The star tells me that this is out of your control. It's in divine time. To be present and allow yourself to open up to this is what's going to allow this to really flow to you. Because it's very positive. It's very healing. It's very peaceful. Everything you want is really trying to come in, but you need to allow yourself to recognize you're worthy of receiving it. Let's look at the Hierophant for Cancer, please, Spirit. Okay, so then we have Strength and we have the Page of Cups. So this is the integration of the ego, right? So it is integrating, understanding that, okay, there was fear. There was fear about very openly expressing, this is how I feel. This is what I need. This isn't working for me. I don't like the relationship like this, or I don't like my job like this, or I don't like my routine like this. So let me talk about it. Let me express it. And if I don't like it, what can I do to change it to make sure it's more in alignment with me, right? That's what strength's about. Strength is about taming the ego within, taming the part of you that you keep silent to please other people, right? Taming the part of you that is fearful of asking for the change, of speaking up about what you need, your emotional needs, because you're fearful of other people's reactions or hurting people's feelings, right? And so with death there, this is what's ending, because you're realizing it's perpetuating the cycle of not receiving what you have planted, right? We have the 10 of Swords in reverse underneath that, right? So there is an ending here. Some of you, this is going to be about relationships, a form of a relationship ending. And maybe you are stepping into asking for the needs that you need. Others of you, this is going to be about making decisions, because the Lovers is also about decisions. So let's see what this Devil energy is about, okay? What this attachment is for you, Cancer. Sorry, there's like random cards wanted to be flipped over all of a sudden. Ain't about that. Let's look at the Devil for Cancer, please, Spirit. I caught it. 7 of Wands, Death in reverse, 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, so literally everything we just talked about. So there's attachment to what you've invested in already. It's this idea of, well, I've invested in it, so it has to work. It has to play out. Like it has to go this way because I've already invested in it. What if what you've invested in, that's all you're supposed to invest in it? It's done, right? You've planted the seeds. There's attachment to it, right? Whether it be a relationship or a situation or a belief, right? You've invested in the belief that like, I'm going to be great at this job. This is what I'm meant to do forever. Sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes you reach the end of the branch, you got to go back to the trunk and you go up to the next branch. That's your next journey. Okay? Shamanism 101. You're welcome. With Death in reverse and the 7 of Wands, this is you realizing like a rebirth is happening because there's a part of you that is wanting to defend what you have built. You're so attached to what you've invested in, or a belief that you have, or an outcome you want, that you're not allowing the change to happen. So the outcome that's actually meant for you can flow to you, right? Because sometimes when we want things, manifest things, it's a suggestion box to the universe. It doesn't mean you're going to get that. It's just a suggestion box, and maybe something better that you could not imagine or dream of is actually trying to come to you. Let's look at the Chariot. Let's see what's on its way to you and what direction you're on your way in. Page of Wands. I like all the page energy. Pages are students. They represent new beginnings, represents new knowledge, represents new spiritual and emotional energy that you're coming into alignment with. You're moving in a direction that's going to bring out your childlike play, your fun, your magic. This idea that, see, the 6 of Cups. Yeah, this is definitely childlike play. You're probably going to be investing in a relationship, a hobby, or a project, or a part of your work that makes you feel like things are fun again. So if you've started your work and you're like, this has become monotonous, it's not fun anymore, it's not lighting me up, you're about to find a way to really reconnect with that part of you that's like, this is awesome. Okay, so really nice. And same goes for relationships. You could be finding a newfound joy in your relationships because you're healing old wounds, right? So on the Sun, we have the Devil, the Emperor, Temperance, 3 majors, right? 4 majors with the Sun, and the Page of Swords. So whatever was oppressing or keeping you stuck, there was no conversation about it. It was just kind of like, I don't want to talk about this belief I have. I don't want to talk about the struggle. I don't want to give life to it, things like that. It's realizing that even by not talking about it, you're still giving life to the fear of it because you're giving power to the fear of that belief, right? By saying, if I speak it, it's definitely going to happen then. You're already giving faith to it, right? So you're realizing by embodying this emperor energy, this energy of taking control, that's actually when you can start, healing things. Temperance, okay? Temperance is about finding the balance. It's understanding that even your thought gives life to things, right? Even your belief gives life to things. Belief is undying faith, right? So if you have undying faith that, it's not going to work, or this is going to fail, or they're not going to be able to be this or be that, right? You're learning to detach from that and learning to take charge of your own life, your own authority, to become what you want to become, and to no longer allow the devil on your shoulder to tell you what you are capable of. You're hushing it and saying, no, I'm not going to give faith, belief to you. I'm giving it to myself. And in turn, you are no longer going to sit in oppression because you are moving through healing. Let's look at the King of Wands. Wheel of Fortune, then comes the change. Boom, boom, boom. As you start to build this confidence in yourself and open your heart space, right? 4 of Cups in reverse, you're realizing that there's a part of you that has been rejecting the very things that you do want. So if you've had the relationship you want, you have the job that you want, you have the fun that you want, your perspective is about to change drastically so you can embody the person that's in alignment with all these things that you've manifested for you. Because this is what happens when we start to attract all of these things we thought we really wanted, and all of a sudden they're not playing out how we thought they would. They're really hard. They're really difficult. A lot of times it's challenging you to look at yourself. Okay, you have all these great things around you. You have everything you need to make the life that you want. Why aren't you making it? Oh, maybe it's me. Maybe I need to change to match the frequency and energy of these things to move them forward. We always have everything we need to take steps towards our goals. The steps might not be huge steps, maybe they're small steps, but we have everything we need right now in this moment to start taking the steps we need. And that is what's happening here. Somebody's realizing, wait, if I change my perception of myself, I can realize that I have the ability to make this change because I am confident, I am capable. I've just been rejecting the very things I want out of a fear of not being able to achieve it, right? The fear, the devil, the attachment, the belief that I'm going to fail, that I'm not enough, that I'm unworthy. Those beliefs are now shattering because you're realizing they have stood in the way of your happiness, your celebration, or your soul tribe, the energies that are actually in alignment with you. And there you go, taking action towards your second chance, your new beginning, and in turn, loving yourself. Empress. Very nice. Cancer, this is what I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and check out my website for personal bookings. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.